Yo, 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 what up, y'all? What up? It's your boy TimeOut, aka T Matrix. And we are back again, y'all. We back again. And this time, y'all, yesterday I recorded a whole tutorial of me doing a recording session or whatever. And the voiceover, the volume, the mic didn't work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over the same thing today, and I'm just gonna play it so y'all can see it. So you go see what I'm gonna go over it, and I'm gonna attempt to do a voiceover for it. So here we go. All right, let me do this, and let me make it big so y'all can see what's going on. You got me in the corner right there. I hope this doesn't mess with y'all eyes or whatever. But right now, what I'm talking about is I'm getting ready to go into a session of I'm getting ready to start a session from scratch, and I'm gonna attempt to basically walk y'all through every step of it, whatever. So here we go. Um, I'm going to grab. I think I'm going to grab the beat that I'm going to use. The beat I'm using is a beat from In-House Productions, aka Todd Mo, and I'm going to grab that beat. That beat is going to be for one of the albums I'm working on. It's called Open Eye. It's called Open Eye. And right now I got a whole bunch of bangers for that joint. You know what I'm saying? So um, I'm adjusting them right here. I'm adjusting the mic, even though you can't hear nothing. Not the mic. I'm adjusting the volume, even though you can't hear nothing. Let me see. So what am I doing? I think I'm adjusting. Okay. I'm talking about going. I'm getting ready to go into Logics. Okay. So boom. First off, start off. Here's a new session, and I'm talking about the settings or whatever. Basically you want to have. Oh yeah, this is where I was talking about your audio interface. See, right now my audio interface is connected to the Apollo Twin, and in a few minutes you go see me pull it. I'm gonna show you the Apollo Twin. But basically, but when you're getting ready to get into your Logic session, you want to have the you want to have your audio interface selected, and I'm about to show you that in just a moment. See, you see right here, I'm trying to show you my Apollo Twin, but it's something blocking it. I have to unblock it real quick, and I'm unblocking it, and now I'm about to turn it around so you can see what the Apollo Twin looks like. This is my audio interface. I have the FireWire cable connected, the adapter connected, the two monitors connected to it, and the microphone. That's everything. Now I'm about to move this cord out the way because I remember doing that. So bam. So I got all of that moved out the way and situated. Let me see if I can slide this over because I don't want you don't got to see this part where it says trim. That's kind of crazy. Alright, so bam. I'm going to do it like that. Let's see if I can stretch this out some more. Yeah, I guess I can. Alright. So boom. I'm about to hit create to create the session. Bam. Session created. First thing happens is you're gonna have your yellow, this little orange little thing. That's just for monitoring outside of the record button, and then the record button is just for record arming or record monitoring. So boom, you got everything set with that. Now I'm about to go into the preferences. I need to go over the Logic Pro settings. I'm gonna go down to settings. I'm talking a whole lot, and I wish I could hear what I'm saying. Go to audio, and now it's gonna show you where the output device and input device. These is where your audio interfaces lie. So the output would be the monitors, which are connected to the Apollo interface. The input would be the Apollo interface itself, because you have the mic running into that as well. Now I'm talking about the IO buffer size. Basically, all I'm saying in a nutshell is that with the IO buffer size, whenever you're recording, you want the buffer size to be set to a low setting like 128. But whenever you're mixing and you're mastering, you can increase the buffer size. That way, when you increase the buffer size, the computer has more raw resources to draw from, so you're able to get the most pristine mix possible when you increase your buffer size, because now the computer has all that raw energy, that raw material to draw from, that for processing. So that's what I'm explaining in a nutshell. Um, let's see here. I think yeah, I'm about to go ahead and close this out, and then I think I'm gonna bring in the the uh the beat. I'm gonna bring in the beat. Right. So I'm still explaining. I'm going into detail. I'm going really far into detail, explaining everything that I just said. All I did is just simplify it and make it quick and easy for you to understand. So like I said, the IO is while recording, low; while mixing, high. That's all you gotta remember. Simple. While recording, low setting; while mixing, high setting. That's all it is. That's all you need. That's all you need to know. And then you need also make sure that you know your audio interfaces is selected, and your inputs and outputs is selected. This process is the same for any DAW that you get into, whether it be Fruity Loops, whether it be whatever. Now I'm just explaining the different settings that I have for interfaces, and being that I have Pro Tools on my computer. Pro Tools gives you those automatic settings. Like, for some reason, I'm talking about VB cable, which is the worst. I do not like VB cable. It did not do what it's supposed to do. I need to delete it off my computer. But then now I'm talking back about Pro Tools. These are different Pro Tools, the different Pro Tools settings that you can choose as your audio interface. And you also can make an aggregate. Aggregate is just a combination of audio interfaces that you put together to create one audio interface on your computer. So I'm going, still talking, and I'm basically saying everything that I just said to y'all. Like, you know, if you hang in there with me, you know the good stuff is coming. It's coming. Trust me. I wish I could fast forward it. The song, and this is for a song that I'm doing called Clayman Thoughts. That's the name of the song. And right here, just to give you some background information. Okay, Clayman Thoughts. Like this particular session, I'm not going to complete this session from start to finish. This is only going to be startup. I'm going to record my vocals for the hook, and then I'm going to go through all the processing that I did. You're going to be able to see me do it live. Whenever I have the mic armed, that's when you're going to be able to hear what's going on. And I think I make a mistake too as well, and I go back and I correct the mistake. I think I start off the session with I have the monitors. I have a little bit of volume on the monitors when I'm starting, and I forget to cut that volume down, so I end up having to go back and record it again, and I do it live so you can see. Right here, I'm setting up the microphone. Right, I got my mic set up, and what I'm doing is I'm explaining mic etiquette, which is basically whenever you're recording into the microphone. A good rule of thumb I always learn is you put your hand right here to the where the edge of the microphone starts, and then your face right here at the end of your thumb, and that's a good distance for recording when you're recording in your microphone. that hand distance right there. If your mic is upside down, it'll be the same thing. It depends on how your mic is set up. You just want to have your mic set up. And then I think I also pull out. I think I'm gonna pull out this right here. If I didn't already, I wasn't paying attention. But this right here is a low budget version of the what is it called? Chaotica Cube. This is a generic version of the Chaotica Cube right here. That's all it is. What it does is this sits inside the microphone sits right here. See, that's what I'm doing. The mic sits right here. The mic will be where my hand is, right? And then you'd have the front of the mic. Like the way the front of your microphone is a little emblem right here on the front of the microphone. The front of the microphone with the emblem would always be facing the front of the microphone because that's the talk part that you talk into. You got the pop filter right here that comes in and out. I could use this, but I use it depending on how the environment of the room is. If it's real loud on the outside of the room, then I'll use that. If it's if it's a decent sound and it's kind of low and it's not really too bad, then I'll use this setup right here with the pop filter. Here we go. I drug in the beat. This is the beat made by TimeOut. And it's like, as you can see, it says Open Eye Remix right here. So the Open Eye is the name of the album, and he named it Open Eye Remix or whatever. So TimeOut is the creator behind this beat. Legend. I mean, awesome producer, awesome engineer. Man, he has a great ear. You know what I'm saying? And this is me letting you hear the beat. And I just let y'all vibe out on the beat a little bit, so you can hear what it sounds like. And then right here, I'm telling you the start process. What I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do next is what I do at the beginning of every recording session. Is I right click on the mouse in order to pull up the dialog box. When the dialog box comes up, then I'm going to apply the region tempo to the project tempo. This is the region tempo that I'm showing the cursor in right here. I right click and tempo, apply region tempo to processing tempo. Right? It's going to ask me, do you want to align it to the downbeat or do you want to maintain relative position? I want to do both. So I have both of them selected. I hit apply. Bam, let's go shorten up the waveform. At that point, you need to go and you need to grab the end of the session and bring it to that end so that both of them know where the end of the session is. This right here that I have is a countdown. It's called a countdown. What that does is just count down. Okay, and now this right here is the metronome click. The metronome click lets you know if the beat's on time. I'm going to see if the timing that they chose was correct. And I'm going to mute it and bring it in and out to see if the timing is correct on it. As you can see, the time it's on time with it. You hear it tick, 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 tick. I'm going to start muting and unmuting to see, just to make sure it's on time. This is a good way to know. See, I muted. Still on time, right? It's letting you know that your session is on time. If your session is on time, that means any effect that you add in is going to be on time as well. Pardon me, I'm about to use the bathroom. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. Yeah. So basically, I got the beat. The beat is on time. I know it's on time now, and I'm listening to it. Just like I just listened to it just to kind of formulate some thoughts in my head to see what I want to do on it. And let's see here, what else? Okay, right here I'm talking about pitch. I'm talking about pitch. You want to find the tune of the key of the song, and in order to do that, what you do is you listen to the song, and while you listen to the song, the microphone is active. Okay. Now we're gonna do this. I'm gonna hit this just to double check. That's the key of the song right there. Looks like the key is in the key of D. So, in order to place the key of D, all right, what you're going to do from this point is you're going to select right here, and then you go find the key of D. And it's not just D, it's D minor. That's what it is. So we go find D minor, and we go and select D minor. The reason why you're going to select D minor is because that's the relative key, that's the root key that the song is in. When you hum the root key of the song lets you know it, and you have to arm the mic in order to be able to hum into that tuner for that tuner to work. It's two locations that you can find that tuner. One is up on the top of the screen with the tuner fart. The other is on your mixer setting, and where you add your effects. You look in there, and then you'll find a tuner in there as well. So that's for if you're going to use any type of auto tune on a song. On this particular song, I'm not going to use auto tune on it just yet, but I have it set just in case, so later it won't be a struggle in trying to find the key of the song, because I automatically know it's in D minor because we found it on the tuning using the tuner. We found it. So now I think I'm just still talking a little bit about that or whatever, and eventually I'm gonna get ready to record these. I'm gonna record a little small intro piece, like I think something like yeah, and then I'm gonna record the hook, and I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing it until I get it to sound the way I want it to sound. And y'all gonna hear this in real time. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay, no, I started talking about processing the beat. Sometimes the beat can come and it can sound perfect. This beat sounded relatively perfect, but there are small little details that you can do to enhance the sound of the beat to make it pop a little bit better. And that's what we're doing the stemming process for. There are different stemmers that you can use. This one is built into Logic. If you have the silicone. If you have Logic silicone, like Apple silicone, then this version of Logic is able to stem. But if you have the Apple Intel version, then I don't think you're gonna be able to use the stemmer. It's not gonna work with your version of Logic. So sad if you have the Intel version of Logic, Intel version of Apple computer, then you guys will have to use a different stemmer, like something like Fadar. Fadar is pretty good. It's another stemmer called Moises, Moise. I think that's how Moise or whatever. That's a good one. That's free. Fadar is free if you're only using MP3s. If you're trying to upgrade and do a little bit more stuff, then that's where you might have to pay for it. Same with Moises. Moises has the ability to I believe it does multiple stems. It's supposed to be able to get background vocals and main vocals. It's still working on getting that correct to where it can do it perfectly. And that's what you got. That's what you deal with when you're in AI. So here we go. I'm explaining that these are in stereo. That when I split the beat up, it's gonna be in stereo, not mono. The way you know it's in stereo is when you stretch out the wave. You see two waveforms versus one waveform, which is mono. Now I'm gonna click this, and this gonna show more information. It's gonna make everything that's presently there bigger and visible, so you can see it and you can isolate what data you have there. So we got that right there going. I hope I'm not talking too loud into the mic as well. We're going to start on this first one, which is a vocal. I'm going to listen to it to see if it's anything I want to do to it. I don't think I do anything to it. Solo, and we go play it. I listen to it. I like what's there. I don't think it needs anything. So I go to the next one, which is the drums. Solo the drums. Now I'm gonna do something to these drums. These drums, I'm gonna start adding something to make it pop. So I stop it. Go to the mixer. Here we go. Go to the. This is the area. Okay. All right. Let's go here. Alright, I'm going to Hitsville EQ. No, I'm going to Fab Filter EQ Pro Q4. That's what I'm doing in stereo. Bam. We in Fab Filter Pro Q4, and we gonna go ahead and we gonna go and find the drums. There's the drums. And now we're going to audition some of these presets for the drums. We're not doing anything extravagant. We just go find a curve that we like that makes it pop. And that is the one. I think that's the one that's going to make it pop the most. Let me see here. Oh, nope. I think that's the one that I settled on right there. Cause it gave it more atmosphere. So I like that. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a compressor up under here. Because we want to make it pop. We want them drums to pop a little bit more. I'm going to create a loop area right here. Stretch it out. And then I'm going to slide the loop area over to start when the drum starts. Right there. And then I'm going to make it loop perfectly. Make it a perfect loop. So it doesn't sound off. 1, 2, 3, 4 loop. You see how they did that? Okay, so boom. Now we're gonna go grab a compressor, which is in dynamics. I think I'm gonna use what am I gonna use? API. Do I use the API or the LA2A? Do I use the LA2A? I think I use the LA2A. Then I go in here and do the same thing. We go find drums. Once you put that compressor on, it makes a slight difference in the harmonics of the drums. But you want to make it more than just a slight noticeable. You want to add something else. So these are the settings I'm going to choose between, and I'm going to listen to them individually. This is where ear training comes in. Ooh. Which one do I settle on? See, I hear the little minor changes. I think I settled on this one. Yeah, I settled on this one. Yep, so boom. I settled on Big drum boost, yeah, right there. Now I think I'm talking about these settings a little bit or whatever. You can change those settings if you want to. If you get more detailed and you do a little bit more conditioning, learning about the different settings inside of Logic. There's something else I'm gonna show y'all later too. Afterwards, I'm gonna show it to you. I'm listening to the bass. I'm not gonna do nothing with the bass because the bass already sounds good to me. It has that volume, that bottom like I want. So I'm just gonna breeze past this, unmute it, go to the next. I was gonna listen to this small little guitar piece just for just for shits and giggles. But then I bypassed it, but now I'm about to go back to it. And I said I'm gonna go ahead and listen to it, and I'm gonna let y'all hear it so y'all can hear what it sounds like. Go back here, solo, and play. It's such a small piece. It really doesn't need much. It sounds good as it is to me, so I skip past this and I go on. And you see all that other information. It's like very limited amount of information there, so I bypass it and I go to the next one. I just made a reference of it's already 26 minutes in, which it is. And now I'm gonna go to the next piece, and I'm gonna select just this first little start piece and listen to it. See if it needs anything. All right. Oh, this is the piano sound. Oh yeah, and I'm basically saying I love mixing pianos, and I'm going into a little backstory of how I played piano. I played the piano for I played the keys for two churches. I talk about the church that I played for here, located in Lancaster, South Carolina. When I first moved up here, and then I talk about the church that I played for over 20 years, located in Kannapolis, North Carolina. COGOP, Church of God of Prophecy, Little Texas Road. Right now they're operating up under a new name. I think they're up under I can't remember the new name that they're operating up under. Sorry for that. I don't remember it, guys. But yeah, Church of God of Prophecy. I played there for over 20 years. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. Nothing negative. I'm not gonna speak nothing negative on them. You know what I'm saying? Church God of Prophecy. Ronnie Blackman is currently the pastor there. Shout out to Ronnie Blackman, y'all. You know, if y'all want to go visit, cool. But I played there for over 20 years. So mixing piano sounds is something that I love. I love mixing piano sounds. I think me and the piano, we just go one on one because I have such a bond with pianos. You know, if you look behind me, I have a piano that my school sent me, and then I also have a bigger one that's not in view right now. Right now, I'm going to add an EQ to this piano. And we are going to hit the Hitsville EQ. Now I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna go find me a piano, find me something that goes with the piano, that makes the piano pop, just brings them elements out just a little bit. I talk about body, I talk about presence, and I talk about bright. That's what I talk about. And then also I make mention that vocal and bus also is good things to mix the piano sound in. It just all depends. Really, you just using your ear discretionably to pick what makes it pop out. You know. So we go with bright, and now we go start. I think we go with body as well, and we have those two selected, which only leads us to this one. But I think I don't. Okay, let me see what I'm gonna do. Am I going to enhance? I think I'm going to enhance the treble just a little bit. just to give those, just to make it come through, and then I'm gonna raise the gain up about 2 notches, and that brings the little small detail together. So the thing is, I may mention this before, when you're adding these details to these sounds, it's like stacking pennies. If you just have one penny there, it's not gonna be much of a difference, right? But if you start stacking like 20, 30, 40, 50 pennies, right? 80, 100 pennies, and you adding those all onto each other, those small details, like eventually them pennies, that penny stack is going to start swaying. You know what I'm saying? Because it's making a considerable difference. That's what we're doing when we're mixing these sounds, adding these sounds, these elements to these instruments. It's just small detail changes that's gonna affect the overall outcome of the project. As you can see right here, I went to the stock EQ and I picked these vintage keys, and I'm gonna settle with that. Right? Now we're gonna listen to it all together, just the beat by itself. And we're gonna see what we got. I want to make mention of something too. All right, right now with my fresh ears, I hear that the hi-hats, they're a little bit on the sharp side. One thing that you can do to fix that is you can add a de-esser to your hi-hats, and that's like a pro tip that'll cut down some of the sharpness. Eventually, before this project is over with, on the next video, I'm going to add that in there, and I'm gonna show you how that works. And it's gonna cut a little bit of the sharpness of them hi-hats. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Now we got the microphone on, and now that we got the mic on, we could go ahead and we're gonna get this vocal sounding like I want it to. First thing at the top, we're going straight to Hitsville, because we want to make a hit. So you go to Hitsville. All right, so bam, we got the Hitsville on. We gonna go to vocal because it's a vocal, and now let's go ahead and let's listen. Testing 1 2, 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 and remember to look directly. You got to be directly facing the mic to get the best ear on how you want it to sound. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. This is the hyper pop. I like that. Testing 1 2. We're gonna do this lead vocal presence. Hold on, let me see it. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. I think we're gonna go with legendary. Testing 1 2. Matter of fact, we're gonna go with this legendary male vocal. We gonna go there. That's where we at. Legendary male vocal. Now you're hearing two mics going. You're hearing the computer mic and you're hearing the regular mic.
I'm gonna go to the compressor.
So that's why you hear that sound sounding like that. But once the recording is, you're not gonna hear that.
Supertone, clear. Hold up. Oh man. Let's slide this over so I can see what we got going on. All right, here we go. Above this. Supertone, clear, and mono. Yeah. Alright, so now we got that's clear, supertone. Let's go ahead and cut down this ambience right here. We're gonna shave a little bit more of the reverb, whatever. Now I know to y'all it sounds like it sounds kind of crazy to y'all, but in these headphones it sounds like it's supposed to sound. See, y'all are hearing the outside mic, outside of this session, and plus y'all hearing the internal mic. All right.
That's
Me,
why it
I'm only
sounds
hearing
doubled.
the internal mic inside Logic's. So got Supertone on there. Now that we got Supertone, next thing we go do is we go get a compressor. Let's go get the compressor. And the compressor we're gonna go with is we gonna go with hey, let's try something new. Let's try the SSL channel. No, that's just the channel strip. That's the EQ. Let's see.
Do I go with the API?
That's just API channel strip. Let's try the API 2500 bus. We gonna go there. We gonna go there this time. Yeah, we gonna go there. So bam. Let's lock it in place. Testing 1, 2, straight up. This is in default. We not leaving it in default. We gonna go and we gonna make it see if we can make it sound better. So I go to vocal and we go to easy. We go to leveler right there. That's what I want. So I got the leveler on now. After that, we gonna go to my other thing is the Waves vocal rider. And this time we're gonna set it in mono. Waves vocal rider is in mono. So bam. We got Waves vocal rider in mono, and you automatically hear that it started doing something. You see when I'm talking, it went down. Back down. See that? So alright, we not leaving it there. We're gonna go ahead and we gonna make it let's put it on let's try smart attenuator. Let's see what that testing 1, 2. Nah, I don't like smart attenuator. I don't like that. So I like to do loud. Let's try that. I like that. And I'm going to take the output up a little bit just to give me a little bit of push right there. You know what I'm saying? So now I got all of that in place right there, right? I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to do? I think that's going to be good for right now. We had 37 minutes, and in a little bit I might have to stop it in order to take my kids to work. You know what I mean? So all right, here we go. We got that situated. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put the bells and whistles on it too, just so you can get an ear to hear what it sounds like. We go create the bus track, bus 5, and on the bus 5, I'm throwing the delete. I said delete. I'm throwing the delay on bus 5, stereo delay. Remember, because we set everything to timing, all of this is set to this timing. So bam, let's do that, and we gonna put a little bit. We just putting a little bit of reverb on this thing. I mean a little bit. We ain't going crazy. We just putting a little bit. This time I want to go digital. We gonna go digital with it. So we going digital with the reverb. Now let's go ahead and adjust these to taste. First we gonna start with the reverb, which is on bus 6, and we give it too much. And yo, what's the definition of Clayman thoughts? No, we gonna bring that down. What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? Alright, I like that. It might be a little bit too much still. What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? Alright, yeah. So bam. We got that set. The next thing we want to do is we go do the delay. And we go ahead and adjust this delay. Remember I said you give it too much. And then you start backing down. What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? Alright, you hear what that sounds like? You see what that's starting to sound like? Now, the next thing we gonna do is we going over here to this this reverb, and we go ahead and do what we always do. We go start doggone getting it ready. We getting it ready. We're cutting out. See, let me explain to you what we're doing right here. All of this, let's go ahead and take it off. All of this right here is information that is nothing. It's nothing there. It's nothing there. So in order to keep nothing there, you go ahead and you do that. Now, above this area right here, this area right here is your 2K to your 20K area. Your ear is only able to hear a certain amount. So we not worried about what your ear can't hear. We only worried about what's close to what your ear can hear. That's why we go and we grab this and we slide it over. What's the let me see here. What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? Y'all, I'm trying to do this like look sideways while doing it at the same time. What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? Alright, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and see. Move that by right there. What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? Alright, so you hear that. Y'all hear that now. We got that set. Boom. We got that good. And next is the beautiful moment we've all been waiting for. So I have jotted down a hook that I wanted to work with for the first start of the song. And I'm going to sit here and look at it, make sure I got it in my mind. All right. So the first part of this hook says, what's the definition of Clayman thoughts? You got a mindset driven. Hold up. What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? You got a mindset driven to building without a fort. That's the first line. That's the first line in the hook. So from here, what we do is we go to hit record. Then we go hit low latency monitoring mode. What this does is it cuts a lot of that other stuff off in order for you to see it in real time. Let's go to the mixer. Bam. Alright, you hear the bus is still slightly activated, but not fully. That's why you see them all in yellow. The only thing that's fully activated right now in this plugin channel
orange,
is the vocal
actually.
rider. Right. So the reason why we do that is so that while we're recording, we get no delay. We don't want none of those plugins to interfere with the overall recording of the song. So we put it in low latency mode, and then we go ahead and get ready. Okay, so all right, let's go ahead and do it. Here's the first run, test run. All right. Yeah. What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? You got a mindset driven to building without a fort. So bam, we hit that. And now let's go ahead and take a look at what we got, what we did. Now here's some tips for y'all. Right here on this one, we're going to left click. Hold on. First we're going to cut that off. We're going to left click right here, and we're going to come down here to where it says split, right? And then we're going to go right here, remove trim silence. What this does is this pops up
and it's going to pick up every single thing, every little incidental sound. We don't want it to do that. We want to trim it away. So we're going to start bringing this number down until it only gets what we want. Right? You see what I'm saying? Let's go here. Usually I set this up to be about at 40, like 47 or something like that. But for this one, we're going to leave it about, we're going to leave it at 32. 32 feels like a good spot for it. And we're going to come here. We're going to hit OK. Now, this right here is the part where I say yeah. And then this is the first part of the hook. First thing we're going to do, we'll come here and we're going to listen. Alright, let's go here. That way we can get it closer. You know what, we just do it like that. Because we need to listen to that yeah. And we need to make sure that nothing got taken away from it. You know what I'm saying? That's what we gotta make sure nothing got taken away from it. And we want to leave a little bit of space behind it so we can hear what it sounds like. Here we go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Alright, so bam. Let's go ahead. And then we want to come over here and we want to listen to this. See what this sounds like.
What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? You got a mindset driven to building without a fort. What's the definition?
Okay, I don't like how I did that. I don't like the performance of it. But just to make sure, let's take it out of low latency mode and then let's listen to it again.
What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? You got a mindset driven to building without a fort.
Yeah, I don't like that. So you're gonna get rid of it. We're getting rid of it, y'all. Getting rid of it. If you don't like it, you don't have to keep it. You just get rid of it. So let's try it again. Let's go back here. Alright, make sure low latency mode is in effect. Go back here. And we go start it. This time, this is another trick too. You see this 1, 2, 3, 4? This is a count in. That's what it's called, a count in. So you can have it wait count in 4 bars before it starts. It's gonna give you 4 bars with a metronome click, and then it's gonna start. So just like this, observe, watch.
Yeah.
Hold up. Actually, my bad. Let's do this again. And let's put the metronome click on. It's gonna go. Let's do that again, because it didn't do it right. So let's try it again. Here we go.
Yeah. What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? You got a mindset driven to building without a...
See, I ran out of breath, y'all, so we're going to get rid of that. Do it again. This is how it is recording sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead.
Yeah, a good rule of thumb is to make sure you got plenty of air too. What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? You got a mindset driven to building without a fort.
That one sounds like it did it. So we're going to come here and I'm going to trim. Then I'm going to left click. Trim silence right here. Hit that. Now let's listen to it and see what it sounds like.
What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? You got a mindset driven to building without a fort.
Now, mind you, we're listening to it in low latency mode. In order to hear what you really want it to sound like, take it out of low latency mode and then turn this off and listen again.
What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? You got a mindset driven to building without a fort.
Sounds good. So next, we advance to the second part. Let's look at the time. All right, boom. The second part. Trying to get the second part memorized, y'all.
Okay, so all right, bam. Once I rehearse, you rehearse your bar. Make sure you got it a few times. Make sure you got it good. And then what we gonna come, we gonna start right here, and then we gonna come here. We gonna left click, and we gonna say
Right
new
click,
track
y'all.
with duplicate settings. That's gonna automatically make your new track for you to start going. Now, I know you saying we not gonna keep on making a whole bunch of new tracks. We are, but we gonna tidy it up as we go. So, and we're just only like this first session is only about getting you started, and I'm only gonna run the hook. So let's go ahead and let's get that going. We're gonna hit this low latency mode.
We gonna put this back on record because we gotta hit. We gotta record arm. This is arming the recording. Record enable. You know what I'm saying? So, and we got it set to go back 4 bars, and we're gonna go ahead and get ready for it. So here we go. What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? You got a mindset driven to building without.
All right, y'all. I just realized there might be a problem, and it might not be bad. It might be bad. I don't know. But what we're gonna do for the sake of this tutorial, I'm gonna act like I didn't make that mistake, and I'm gonna go back and correct it. But I'll tell you what I did. What you shouldn't do. You shouldn't have your monitors playing while you're recording. You should never have your monitors armed and playing while you're recording. Your monitors should always be muted. I had the monitors armed, but they was on very low. So, matter of fact, let's go ahead and we're gonna get rid of we'll get rid of both of these, man. Just it's a teachable moment. So let's do it. We're gonna go ahead. What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? You got a mindset driven to building without a fort. I see it in my let me see it. Vision in my head, I see it, I know it's coming. Vision in my head, I see it, I know it's coming. Vision in my head, I see it, I know it's coming. Yeah, alright, yeah. So alright, we gonna start it over just for this teachable moment, and we gonna do this right. Here we go. Low latency mode is still armed. Here we go. Let's go ahead. We're going to start it right here. Come on, right? Yeah, we're going to start it right here. And we're going to take this counter off, because we don't need it. We starting over from scratch, remember? So here we go. Yeah. Nope, I don't like how I say yeah. Sounded too cheesy. Here we go. Yeah. What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? You got a mindset driven to building without a fort. Vision in my head, I see it, I know it's coming. I'll be digging in the mud, making something out of nothing. Messed up. I messed up, y'all. Let's do it again. Do it again. Get it right. We gotta get it right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get it right. And this is the process. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. It's all right to make mistakes. Just limit them as best as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because this is all behind the scenes. Yeah. What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? You got a mindset driven to building without a fort. Vision in my head, I see it, I know it's coming. I'll be digging in the mud, making nothing out of something. Alright, let's see what we got. That last part I seemed like I got a little bit low on it, so let's listen to it. What's the definition of clean man thoughts? You got a mindset driven, a building without a fort. Vision in my head, I see it, I know it's coming. I be digging in the mud, making nothing out of something. I like it. I like it. Let's do this.
Make
sure no latency mode is off.
Y'all, I messed up. I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. It's making something, making something out of nothing.
Let's come back here, listen to it one more time.
But I'm gonna go back.
What's the definition of clean man thoughts? You got a mindset driven, a building without a fort. Vision in my head, I see it, I know it's coming. I be digging in the mud, making nothing out of something. Alright, so boom. Now that we got that situated, what we gonna do is we gonna come here. Remember how we was cutting those individual pieces out of the vocal last time? We gonna go ahead and do that early to get a head start on it. So I'm gonna come right here at the end of this. Come right here at the end of this. Cut. Then slide over. We're gonna make a cut, and we're gonna get rid of this. Left click right here so we can, right click right there so we can gather that space. Cut. Now,
making something out of nothing.
Here,
making nothing
go into the
out of something.
Right here, make it big, stretch it out. Because we got to cut out a breath. What's the definition of clean man thoughts? You got a mindset driven, a building without a fort. You heard that breath? That's what we got to get rid of. Bam, bam. Nothing new. We already done this. We already seen how to do this. So we get rid of that breath. And now, boom. The next thing we're going to do is this is the hook one time, saying it one time right here. The hook needs to be said twice. So what we're going to do is with the beautiful power of technology, we're going to select this. We're going to hold option and we're going to slide this over about right here. And we're going to line this up later, but we're going to listen to it. We're going to listen to it now. What's the definition of clean man thoughts? You got a mindset driven, a building without a fort. Vision in my head, I see it, I know it's coming. I be digging in the mud, making nothing out of something. What's the definition of clean man thoughts? You got a mindset. It's off. You want it to be on time. So in order to get it on time, let's go ahead and throw the metronome click on. And this time I'm going to make a slight adjustment. It's coming, I be digging in the mud, making nothing out of something. What's the definition?
See, it's off again.
In the mud, making nothing out of something. What's the definition? Definition in the mud, making nothing out of something. What's the definition? Definition in the mud, making nothing out of something. What's the definition? Just a hair. That's all we need. Definition in the mud, making nothing out of something. What's the definition of clean man thoughts? You got a mindset driven, a building without a fort. Vision in my head, I see it, I know it's coming. I be digging in the mud, making nothing out of something. Digging in the mud, making nothing out of something. What's the definition of clean man thoughts? You got a mindset driven, a building without a fort. Vision in my head, I see it, I know it's coming. I be digging in the mud, making nothing out of something. Digging in the mud, making nothing out of something. What's the definition of clean man thoughts? You got a mindset driven, a building without a fort. Vision in my head, I see it, I know it's coming. I be digging in the mud, making nothing out of something. What's the definition of clean man thoughts? You got a mindset driven, a building without a fort. Vision in my head, I see it, I know it's coming. I be digging in the mud, making nothing out of something. What's the definition of clean man thoughts? You got. Alright. Sorry if I'm not talking, y'all. I'm just trying to fine tune what I got. One thing I need to do is I need to bring this all the way to the edge. That's going to help me with timing. So, alright. Now let's go back. What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? You got a mindset driven, a building without a fort. Vision in my head, I see it, I know it's coming. I be digging in the mud, making nothing out of something. What's the definition of Clay?
Alright, so we got those. Let's select both of them because we want both of these. They were performed. Both were performed at times, so both need to move at the same time. That's a good rule of thumb. Alright, we need to slide this over just a little bit, y'all.
What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? You got a mindset driven, a building without a fort. Vision in my head, I see it, I know it's coming. I be digging in the mud, making nothing out of something. What's the definition of Clayman thoughts? You got a mindset driven, a building without a fort. Vision in my head, I see it, I know it's coming. I be digging in the mud, making nothing out of something.
It's not quite like I want it, but it's close enough for comfort. You know what I'm saying? So now, let's see. I think that's going to be a good stopping point for right now because we're already over an hour. But yeah, appreciate everybody that's watched. It's your boy TimeOut, and I'm about to go ahead and end this joint right here. We'll continue this later. The name of the song is called Clayman Thoughts. It's going to be y'all go see the process. Peace.
All right, y'all. So that was the process right there. I'm gonna have to go back in there because I said that last line, making nothing out of something, and I need to change it to making something out of nothing, because you want to make something out of nothing. And the whole principle of Clayman Thoughts is basically the mindset driven on building and trying to build something. You trying to get it up out the mud. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what this whole walk is, man. Like, you know, anything when you're dealing with intellectual property, this is stuff coming straight raw out of your head, and you're turning it into principle. You're turning it into ways to better your life. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be selling your intellectual property, whether it be taking action into things that you learned internally, you know, whatever. So that's what this Clayman Thoughts is about. It's a real deep song, you know what I'm saying? And so this is what I got. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end the session right now. I appreciate everybody that was watching, and hopefully the sound did right so where y'all can hear me. Peace.